Welcome to another episode of the Muff Sports Show. I am your host, Hayden Haynes, and joining me today is Cody Hart and
Ah,
Seth
what
Killen.
up?
What up, guys? What up? What up?
There he is. We're doing a little bit differently. We're on the move this week, going back home for some 4th of July festivities. So we're doing it off the phone and I think Cody's off the phone, right, Cody?
Yeah, I'm
You
on the
joining
phone.
the phone game? Okay, it's just Seth on the PC. Okay. Anyway, so we're doing things differently. So whenever we talk, it's going to focus on whoever just spoke last. So right now, clearly you see the muscle man McGee, Cody Hart, flexing in front of a beautiful Bryant Denny Stadium at night. Look at
Oh,
that,
it's there's nothing better under the bright lights of Brian
Cody.
Denny.
Can you turn around to your right shoulder and point towards the end zone?
You see
Because
that?
that's where that's where Alabama's about to live in this year.
We going undefeated.
But we just want to say thank you guys for always tuning in. And this is episode 6 of the
Thank you.
program. And we are ready to roll today with a bunch of news, starting off with NBA free agency and trades. And then we're going to dive right into some NFL playoff predictions for 2024. We wrapped up our over-unders as far as props go for yards for different positions. And we're going to do today a breakdown of the playoffs and, kind of talk through the winners of the divisions and the wild card spots. And then after that, we're going to go right into college football, Cody. We got a lot to talk about. We've touched on it in the past. We're going to give our official predictions on who wins the Power Five conferences, really the Power Four now because there is no Pac 12. And we'll touch on that. And then finally, we are going to talk about fantasy football. I have a game today called Would You Rather, basically. I know a lot of other programs do it. We're just going to throw out some players and we're going to play that game later on the end. So look forward to that. Stay tuned. Should be a jam packed episode as always.
For
But
sure.
let's kick it off. Just kind of want to run down. We'll go one by one here so I don't yap too much. The first big thing I want to talk about with the NBA is Paul George signed a deal with the 76ers, 4 years, 212 million. Paul George was on the Clippers since 2019 when he left Oklahoma City. He did not go get a ring with Kawhi Leonard and the boys, James Harden and all those
Sad.
guys, Russell Westbrook. It is sad. But what do y'all think for right now? What does this mean for Paul George and the 76ers? Anybody want to take the reins here and get us going?
For for me, as a Celtics fan, I'm scared. Okay?
Are you? Are you lying? Are you being for real?
I'm PG, Joel, and
It's
Tyrese.
nice.
That's
Hmm.
super nice.
I still like,
Yeah,
they got Kelly
yeah,
Oubre too.
yeah.
Exactly.
Kelly Oubre. That's a
They're
mean big three right there.
exactly. Like that's
Well, let me ask you this, Seth. Where would you rank that big three, like in the NBA's big threes? You got, I guess you could call it big three with Porzingis being the third in Boston with Tatum and Brown. They're up there. Obviously, just won the ship. Who are some new big threes? There's got to be. Well, I guess Klay Thompson. We're about to
Oh,
talk about.
Clay. Yeah,
yeah.
Klay
that's a
Thompson, Luca.
pretty popping big three there.
We'll segue right into that. Klay Thompson signed with the Mavericks, 3 years, 50 million, and the Splash Bros reign sadly is no more. Can you believe it, Seth? Our boys, man.
I don't even want to harp on it for very long. I'm gonna
We're
cry
really
myself to bed like I did last night.
well.
What am I supposed
Yeah.
to do, dude?
I mean, dude, I hate that because that was our high school, man. We
I
loved
know,
watching the
man.
Warriors, love the Splash Bros, but it had to happen. And really, let's go
Dude,
back to
but
Paul
did
George real
it?
quick. I know. It's just
Did it?
let's talk about
All
Clay in a
right, all
second.
right,
It's
all
his
right, all
own
right.
thing,
Yeah.
but let's
Paul
finish on the
George,
Paul
yeah.
George. Sorry, we got a little distracted, everyone. But Paul George, yes, makes
James
that big three pretty nice.
James
So
Harden, where's he at?
he's still
I
he's
forget.
still he re-signed with the Clippers just a few
Yep.
days
Oh yeah,
ago.
Clippies, the Clippies.
So the Clippers basically running it with Kawhi, and James Harden, and then I believe who else is there still? Terrence Mann is still there.
Damn.
He's a good
Imagine
young
if it would
player.
have still been James Harden, PG, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey. That'd been
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
cracked.
I know, dude. They soured that
Yeah,
or
they
spoiled
did.
that relationship with James Harden. But yeah. So Cody, what do you think that big three of Paul George, Joel Embiid, and Maxey ranks? Are they number two clearly?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's definitely going to take some of the workload off of Joel with PG being there. It's definitely, I
Yeah.
feel like it's going to help him in the long run, which will help them in the playoffs. So as a
for
Celtics,
sure, for sure.
like I said, I'm terrified.
And they get
Yeah, yeah,
they got
it's
Andre
not.
Drummond too.
They do have Andre Drummond still. He's an
Hmm.
older player, but he gives good minutes.
Yeah.
I don't really know what else they're going to do. They're going to make any other moves. I think I saw something else out there about Dorian Finney-Smith, the forward on the Nets, who used to play for the Mavs with Luka and Kristaps and Jalen Brunson, and he was a good 3-and-D player, really a defensive specialist. So he could go there. That might, boost up that defense even more. Paul George, we know that he plays great defense and bangs a lot of threes, so he is perfect for that kind of offense. But I
That's
don't
true.
know. Maxey is ascending. He's an all-star, and then clearly MVP with Embiid makes them a threat. It's just really, once again, can Paul George and Joel Embiid in the playoffs come in
Yeah.
clutch? Because they have never been, to the well, really, Embiid's never been out the second round. Paul
Yeah.
George has been, I think, to Western or Eastern Finals back when he was on the Pacers.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just basically saying all that to say it's good, but like we haven't
How
seen
good
them
is
go
it?
to the
Yeah.
finals. Yeah, but we
Yeah.
know they're all-star level players and all pro, NBA players. But we'll see. And then right after that, let's talk about Klay Thompson and now this big three of Kyrie, Luke, and Klay.
That's gonna be
Where do
so
you think
nasty, dude.
how does this look? Do they rank? Are they third immediately after the Sixers? Are they better than the Sixers? Are they better than the Celtics? Like,
I
what do
No,
you
think
there's
they're
think?
at least better than the Sixers, but not better than the Celtics right now. Until
I can see that.
I feel like Clay's gonna I feel like Clay could be a good off the bench guy in that offense
Yeah,
because that made they have more like
if he's cool with it, then that would be great. But who knows, man? He might just want to be
yeah
that
that guy
two, and
that
they
two or
might do
three.
something weird where it's like Kyrie's point slash Luca, but
Yeah,
whenever Kyrie has the ball, Luca's more like the small forward and Clay's a shooting guard.
yeah,
And then I don't know, they could do a lot of fun lineups. Like they could do just like Luca, and then Kyrie or not Kyrie, Clay at the two, and Kyrie can come off the bench sometimes. I'm not saying Kyrie's ever going to
yeah,
come off the bench, but like
yeah,
if you just end the game, if you wanted to sub him out for a little bit, run just Clay as a true two and whatever, it could be
yeah.
interesting. But I think they still have to piece together that roster to compete with the Celtics. I don't think adding Clay Thompson immediately gives them a trophy, but I mean
No,
that's
definitely
just
not.
not in this point in his career.
Yeah,
yeah, I would definitely have 76ers uh above the Mavs right now just because the PG right now is a better player, overall player than Clay has been the recent years, you know.
Yeah.
He's he's shown himself.
Paul George is it's very close because at least Paul George, can lock people up. I don't know if Clay has that step that he once had as far as defense, but
yeah, that's
Clay's
fair.
numbers I was looking at him. He is still like last year he had like 17.9 points per game. He did shoot like 38% from three, which is solid. Usually he's in like the 40-41 range. So he took a
Yeah.
little dip, but he hasn't played he played 72 games out of 82. He still played a good bit of minutes, like 29 or 30. I would say that he's going to probably stick around those numbers. I don't think he's going to average 20 again.
No.
That's Kyrie's job. So now his job
Facts.
is to play good defense when he can, when he's fresh, but clearly catching fire, man. Like that's what they
Yeah,
needed when they had literally Kyrie go cold and it was just Luca and you saw nothing from what's our boy PJ Washington like
yeah,
what do they need? A three, a drive, like something, and Clay can pull up from anywhere. So I mean,
yeah. It's just
I
another
think
threat on the court to be
No.
really worried
if they
about.
could get one more guy, it's over.
Yeah,
Like they're winning the West
they
again.
need a big man,
They
like
have
a
bigs. That's the
rim
thing.
protector.
They have Derek Lively, who's the rookie, and then they had
That is true. That is
Gafford,
true. That is true. That is true.
and I'm sure that they could figure out another guy. But I love that those combinations right there. I like Gafford and I like Lively getting better. But to me, they need another like on top of Clay. They need another Clay. Like they literally
Yeah,
need a off like brand version of him. I don't really know who's out there right now that they could go get, but they could just develop too. I'm not sure what they have deep in the depths of their bench, but anyways, let's keep going. Another huge thing. This did happen before those first two deals we just talked about. This is DeJounte Murray from my Atlanta Hawks getting traded to the Pelicans for Dyson Daniels, a young player who was
mm,
top pick in the top 10 and then 20 or a couple years ago in the draft. Larry Nance Jr. and two first round picks. I'll speak for the Hawks real quick. Essentially, the Hawks knew they had to break up Trey and DeJounte. I love DeJounte Murray. I had his jersey. I still love him. I did also acknowledge that he didn't work out with Trey because they both needed the ball. To say all
Mm.
that, the Hawks got pretty good compensation back. I mean, if you know basketball in the NBA and you pay attention a lot, like Dyson Daniels is the guy that's really young that is going to be good. He was a top 10 pick for a reason. He is a great defender, literally already an All NBA kind of defender. But the only problem is he has not developed his 3-point shot. But hopefully that's where Kyle Korver comes in clutch for the Hawks and kind of develops that. But Larry Nance is an old vet. He can give you minutes at center, and then you get 2 first-round picks back, which you kind of needed because you gave away a good bit at first when you traded for DeJounte originally a couple years ago. So to
That's
me, it
true.
kind of makes sense. The Hawks needed to do it. It was sad that it didn't work out, but the plus minus I looked at it was way down after DeJounte came because of the combination of him and Trey. Just the average grade numbers, it just wasn't. It just didn't. The chemistry wasn't
Just
there.
didn't
So Trey
click. Yeah.
Trey with the ball should be a lot better. I know they just drafted the first overall pick in the NBA draft this year, Zachary Richichet. I'm not going to keep yapping about that, but the Hawks are going to looks like build around Trey and continue to add pieces probably here in the next few weeks. I would assume they're not done cooking, but we'll
Yeah.
see. The GM for the Hawks is kind of wishy washy, so who knows? But where do y'all think, or what do y'all think that means? Let's talk about the Pelicans for Zion and the gang over there now with DeJounte leading the offense.
I like it. I think
Yeah,
it's worked out pretty well. They still got Brandon Ingram too.
yeah, and they're looking to trade him.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they could get some. Either they can keep him and he could be a solid still, or they could trade him and get some younger pieces, maybe some draft
Hmm.
picks or something.
One thing is
But
that
I
they
like
they
that
do have
duo.
a yeah, I mean, they definitely could keep him. I know that they're kind of getting tired of having so many like forwards. Basically, they have
Yeah.
there's one dude, Trey Murphy, who's young, that's a elite, young player that can score. And then they have Herb Jones, who's from Alabama, is an elite young defender, already made the first team All NBA defense this past year. So they have the defense. They got Zion. At center, that's what they need. They're talking about maybe Capella gets traded there still. I know the Knicks kind of need a center, so they might go after Capella. There's Walker Kessler from Auburn that's on the Jazz that people want. So I mean, there's a lot of guys that are still not where they're going to end up for the season. But I think this Cody is pretty good for the Pelicans. What do you think about that?
I would say the same. Yeah. I mean, I like the fit for DeJounte. I feel like he could get the ball a little bit more. Uh, definitely. I think it's a good fit for him. Him and Zion, I think will work good together, especially to take the workload off of Zion
And CJ McCollum is there.
and CJ McCollum's there, who's always popping threes. I think it'll work really well, and I think they'll be a force this
Yeah, I
coming
mean
up.
they were supposed to be one of the better teams in the league if they were healthy. That's the problem with them, Zion.
Yeah, I
It
would say this.
sucks because he's elite when he plays, man. But
He's
He
just
is.
jumping the roof.
just jumping out the gym, bro. Like it's so crazy how far or how high he can jump, and he's so obviously he gets joked or clowned about his weight, but like it's real. Like he's such a bigger guy, and he can
Yeah.
Yeah,
just fly like that. And now Dejounte can kind of get you a bucket when you need it. You didn't have a guy that could do that last year. Whenever Brandon Egan went cold or whatever, and CJ had a terrible playoff or
yeah.
playing game or whatever it was. Down to the end of that year, it was bad because trust me, I had some moolah on that, but it did not work out. Anyways,
Yeah.
next guy is your boy Cody. Jason Tatum sets the NBA record with his massive deal, 5 years. I don't even know how I'm about to say this without acknowledging how crazy this is. 5 years, $315 million.
Jesus
It's
Christ, dude.
well worth.
Now you
Give
have
them.
him and Jalen Brown making 300 million.
That's
We
insane. And then you just paid Derek White too.
Yeah, like
just.
126 million for Derek White.
26.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
just just won the ship. Let's start paying
Did you
people.
did you see the Celtics owners are looking to sell the team?
Looking to sell the
They like
team.
we're selling high, bro. We're making
So
that
high,
bag.
yeah.
That's
I mean, I
crazy.
don't blame him, dude.
I don't blame them
No, I
either.
don't. I don't
It's the
either,
name of the
man. They
game.
got their ring. They got what they did.
Yeah,
Like
they
that's
got
what
their
you're here
thing.
for.
Yeah.
Now let's go
Now
sell it and make our
let's
money.
yeah, and let's live
Uh,
lavish.
Man, how many billions of dollars is that? But it'd be like 7, 8 billion. Like I don't know how that
At
works.
least,
I
dude.
mean, it's something like that.
It's a
But
dynasty league.
they're like the number one NBA franchise right
Yeah, they
now.
are.
yeah, they are.
They've been up there with the Lakers forever. So I mean, yeah. But let's just wrap up that Celtics conversation. Cody, are y'all repeating? Is that what I'm hearing?
Nah.
We going for another, and we
What's
getting
that?
that.
Say it again.
We getting
Okay.
two-time Tonka Celtics.
Who are you worried
Uh-oh.
about the most? Who are you worried about the most?
Ooh.
Because now we're seeing the new teams, the new draft. Like, what do we think now? This season coming up.
Uh, it's hard to really say this early.
76ers in the East.
I mean, yeah, that's my first choice, the 76ers. But then you still got the Bucks that are going to be good.
Yep.
Now, I'm all scared, to be honest. I mean, the Greek Freak,
Dame.
Dame, come on,
Yep.
That's
Dollar.
somebody who I haven't seen making any moves in the off season.
Not a
The
damn move.
Bucks.
Not a
Nah,
damn move.
they staying quiet.
They are. They're
Maybe they
sneak
got something.
dissing.
They
Who knows, man?
don't make no money move. Not right now.
What
Don't make
about
no
the what
money
about the
move.
West? What about the West? Are y'all worried more about the Mavericks now with Clay, or are you thinking that the Jokic and Murray combo kind of comes back?
Hmm.
I think they'll still be Jokic and Murray will still be there. Let me say this:
They'll
Uh,
how
be
do
too.
how the Warriors gonna finish?
oh my, bro, we ain't talking about the Warriors right now, bruh.
That
Why you gotta
was so
bring
out of
the?
pocket.
Yeah,
That was so out of
what the
pocket,
hell, man?
Ah,
man.
You had to throw
Cody's
some strays, man.
Cody's a little
sorry,
menace for that.
I ain't mean
Well,
to. Let it be known.
they did today just actually sign Kyle Anderson from the Timberwolves for a
Yep.
little deal. He's a big
Yeah, we're
that
winning
can
the ship
provide you
for
some
that
minutes.
one. Oh,
Chris Paul is gone. He went to the Spurs on a 1 year, $11 million deal to,
I think that's
kind of
great.
mentor. Yeah, it's a good bang for your buck, and him and Wemby can make some cool plays together. And they just drafted Stephon Castle, so he can kind of mentor him out of UConn. What else is there? Mikal Bridges. This was like the first thing that happened that kind of kicked everything off.
yeah, that
Insane
was
overpay.
insane.
We all know this was an overpay for a reason. The Nova Knicks wanted to get reunited, and they did it with the missing Infinity Stone, which was Mikal Bridges.
That's crazy.
5 first-round picks, Bojan Bogdanovic, a pick swap, and a second-round pick
That's
for
Dude,
insane.
one
for one
one.
player.
And it's Mikal Bridges, who is not even an all-star. He's a 20-point player guy. He's a great defender. That's what they value in the NBA. But yeah, they overpaid for a reason. They want all the game together for the chemistry, and I get it. If they're going to defend under Tom Thibodeau, and they're going to pull up and hit threes with Dante DiVincenzo, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle is going to be back. I mean, they got a nice squad. I hate saying it, but the Knicks are one of those teams, Cody, that Celtics got to watch out for now.
Dude, that was my first thought when you asked me that. I was like, the Knicks are gonna be good, dude.
Like
Knicks are
Yeah.
really good defensive team.
like they're so deep. Like you said, popping threes, playing
Hmm?
defense. Like, all right, you know what?
But nah, you're
No,
right.
you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
You're right. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Seth
Let's
mine's in the
bring the
gutter.
Warriors back up for
No, 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 no,
Let's
no.
talk
I
about
was just
how
kidding.
let's talk about how deep of a dynasty run the Warriors had. Right, that was a
Yeah,
great
let's talk
run.
about the good times.
This
Why we
is a
settling
good
on the bad
time.
times?
Come
that was
on
the
now.
past. Today's the present.
You
I just
can't
want to
reminisce
know
on the
that.
past, man.
Nah. Past is
That's what you
past,
know.
present time. The future ain't looking too bright. The light bulb going out.
What do
Oh,
you mean?
this is the little flame, and it's like barely on. And Cody's like,
I said, sorry. You need that? Uh-uh.
"That's mine. Give it back."
Get that.
No.
So that's it, man. Well, actually, no, that's not it. Donovan Mitchell. That's the one thing we forgot is
Yep,
re-signing with the
Donovan
Cavs,
Mitchell.
3 years, 150 million.
Should have got out.
Should have got out.
Should have went to like the Lakers.
Oh, that would have
That
been
would have been
crispy.
crazy.
He's gonna bag though. That's a
Yeah,
lot of
he
money,
is getting
man.
a
For the
bag.
end of the
I would have stayed
year,
too for just
50 million a
3 years.
year. Yeah.
Okay, where do I sign?
Yeah. I love Cleveland actually.
I love Cleveland.
Cleveland. This is for
Cleveland,
you.
but it's actually for me because I'm $50 million richer
But
than
it's
you.
actually for me because I'm trying to be back, trying to get that bag.
That does make me wonder what they're gonna do because they're kind of like a 5 or 4 seed right now,
Yeah.
but they could be
They-
good. It's just there is Garland as the 2. I don't know if I love that. They need a better. option sometimes, but they have some bigs, and I like Mobley and I like the Jared
Uh,
Allen combination. But they might trade a Jared Allen, I heard, so we'll see. Anyways, we're done with NBA talk. Let's go right in to the NFL. And I don't know who wants to do the honors, but we're gonna just basically roll all the way through the playoffs. Not like the whole playoffs, but let's just give our predictions on 1 through 4 first, and then we'll start with whoever wants to go, and you can do NFC first or AFC, doesn't matter. But yeah, just roll through the 1 through 4, give your reasons why they're winning that division, and then your, of course, your wild cards. And whoever wants it can take it and run.
I want to hear Cody's
all right.
Okay.
because
I guess
Cody knows mine.
I guess I'll take the.
Yeah, go ahead and take the reins, you Warriors guy.
That's a great, really
Yeah.
nice way to
I
put
just
that.
didn't want to be too mean there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it. Let's see what you got here. Let's see this mid.
All right. AFC East, Miami Dolphins. I like
Okay,
the.
now let me ask you this: Are you going in an order of like one being like actually
Yeah,
the number
I'm
one
finna I'm
seed?
finna be naming the 1 seed and then going down to 7.
Because it's okay
No.
if you're not, Cody. You're just doing
No.
like who's winning the divisions.
Yeah. I just went
Okay,
strictly.
all right. So Cody's going to give you his list. It's going to be division winners and then his wild card guys. And it sounds like me and Seth are going to do more of like 1 through
Ranking,
7
yeah.
on each. Okay, go ahead, Cody.
AFC North, Baltimore Ravens. I
All
think
right. Now
and
just get me out of this call, bro.
He's acting like
I'm
Cody's acting
done.
like that's a crazy take.
Baltimore. I think they'll be
Shut up.
the best team in the AFC North once again. And
Yeah.
I think Derek is going to have 20 plus touchdowns. I
Oh
think
my.
I think I'm
Good
gonna
to hear that.
have another season. So watch out for the
Slow
ball.
down over there, buddy.
You're going.
Wipe your mouth.
So Derrick Henry 20 touchdowns would be great for my
Like
fantasy team, by the way.
that Jalen Brunson.
Oh yeah.
When
Oh
John
yeah.
was glazing LeBron, he
No,
said,
he was. He was glazing. He was glazing.
"It's Cody right now with Derrick Henry."
I love Derrick Cody. I'm with
Mm.
you,
Exactly. AFC South, Houston Texans. I think
man.
CJ
Okay.
Stroud team. I mean, they're gonna ball.
Yeah, I can agree with that one.
Oh, they're gonna go insane. And then
Cody, I'm gonna
last,
say right now, sorry, brother. We're on the same page, by the way. Me and you, our heads are in the same spot, unless you screw this one up. But go ahead. What's the next one?
Y'all are
pretty easy. Kansas City Chiefs. You know.
okay. Well, I guess
Yeah.
we all are pretty even
Yeah.
there, besides one.
Okay.
It's pretty
Oh.
obvious.
That was so funny. Okay, go.
All right, now on to the NFC East. I got Philadelphia Eagles coming out of there.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
us Cowboys would take a slight step back, and Philly will take that number one spot yet again.
Fun
Let's move
fact. Sorry,
NFC.
fun fact. Cody, I do want to tell you this. I gotta let our audience know this. That's a great pick by you. Also, I'm on the same page, but there's a something. I think it's like the last 20 or maybe it's 10 seasons. The NFC East, like division winner, is it's always somebody different every year. It's never the same back to back. So I like that.
I just like year. I think Phillies they'll
Yeah.
be good, maybe even better than they were last year.
Yep.
Uh, NFC North, I got the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
W.
I mean, everybody knows. Everybody, pretty much all America loves that team. So I think that's going to
Yeah.
be. They're going to go crazy just like they did last year. Keep winning 11, 12 win seasons, maybe even 13 if they're that good. And then NFC South, I got the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm.
Atlanta Falcons.
So you can have the Atlanta Falcons, but you can't have the Steelers, huh?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Oh man, he just knows ball. Like he
I
just knows
guess,
ball.
dude.
Right.
Y'all know middle school ball.
Yeah, yeah. NFC West, lastly, San Francisco 49ers. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
I mean that's an obvious one right there. Yeah, I
our
like
Yeah.
that.
wild card teams. AFC, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Number
See?
two, Buffalo Bills.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Number three,
Oh my God.
the Tennessee Titans. Tighten up.
We love to hear that.
We're gonna tighten up all the way to the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. I got my Titan gear in my closet.
No,
I gotta get it.
slow your roll, brother. Slow your roll. Remember the last time y'all were in the Super Bowl?
And we gonna get that one, y'all to win it.
Mm-mm.
Don't make
Don't
me
get
bring
that.
up,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I
Don't bring
think
up
I
that.
think my power just went out. I'll see y'all.
but I'm not.
What a good
Well,
guy.
I
And
like the list right there.
NFC, lastly, for the wild card teams, number one, I got Dallas Cowboys. Like I said, I think they'll take a slight step back, not major. I
Yeah.
still think the playoffs and the wild cards. And then second, I got the Green Bay Packers, the Pack.
Okay.
And then
I
in
like
a
that.
last team in an NFC wild card, I got the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah.
Got
W.
the Rams.
I like that a lot, Cody, and I think you're gonna see why.
Mm-hmm.
Seth, go ahead and switch it up here, Seth, and you bring out your 1 through 7 rankings of the playoffs on each conference.
Mm-hmm. With pleasure, brother.
This is about so ugly.
I
All
cannot wait
right.
to see it. Like, I want to look back on this already right now to see how bad our takes are going to be.
So,
Go ahead.
number one in the AFC is the Houston Texans. Number
Valid.
one. We're dubbing all over that AFC.
That's
Number
valid. I'll
two.
take that.
It's kind of a mid pick here, but it's an obvious one. The Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
Number three, I got the Dolphins.
I was like, wait a minute. Where's he go with that? Okay.
Then
3.
number
Okay. Yep.
four,
Oh, no.
I got the Pittsburgh Steelers.
With the
Number
home
four,
field
the
advantage.
home field
Oh,
advantage sweeping the
wow.
division. If
Wow.
anything, I could see us tying with the Ravens, and but
Uh-huh.
us winning throughout the season against
But
them because
you
we've
think
been
you
doing.
sweep the Browns and the Bengals?
Dude, the Browns aren't even sniffing like 7 dubs.
Really?
They're not.
Okay.
They're not sniffing them.
Okay. Okay.
But I do have why I said that about the Ravens is because I got them in number 5,
Respect.
right after the Steel Downs, and then a little wild one here. I got the Jets at number 6.
Okay. Not that crazy.
Not that crazy if you really think about it. I feel like A-Rod can
Mm-hmm.
cook. I've been saying that for the past couple pods.
He can cook.
And then number 7, I got the Bengals. Just an AFC
Yeah.
North
I mean,
playoff.
that's not like crazy at all.
It's not. And then starting with the NFC, winning the NFC, I
NFC
got the
what? What?
Detroit Lions. Just the NFC altogether, number 1.
Oh, you think they're gonna win the
I
NFC
think they're
straight
going
up?
to beat out Cowboys, 49ers, Eagles.
I see what you're saying. Yep.
I think
Yep.
they're just going to be number 1. They're going to have the
Okay.
best record.
Okay.
And then I got number 2, I got the Eagles. Obviously, with Saquon, they're definitely going to cook. I could see that either being one. Lions and Eagles definitely could swap there.
No Niners.
Niners number 3.
Okay. All right.
Niners number 3. And
We'll step back.
then I got the Falcons at number 4. I had to put them up there because I mean you got the Saints,
It's Bucks and
you got the
Saints.
Tampa Bay. I mean Kirk on that team in that division, like that's a money. That's
He
money.
should he should take care of business.
Yeah. And then
We'll
number
see though.
5, I got the Cowboys because I need Dak and CD. Hopefully CD signs a contract.
I love how this is all about. I need this to happen because of my dynasty team. Okay.
And
Yeah.
then number 6, I got the Rams. Could
Okay. Yeah.
cook here with Cooper Cup. And then number
Yeah.
7, to top it off, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers
All right. I
with
like the list, sir.
Vega.
I'll tell you right now, I have a lot of similar stuff from both of y'all's lists.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Um, I like that. I actually don't hate either of y'all's picks. I was, debating a couple of those teams that y'all mentioned. They just didn't make my list, but I'll do kind of what Seth just did, and I'll start with the AFC. Number one, I'm not going to go too crazy right here. I got the Chiefs, Kansas
Oh
City
my.
Chiefs. Nothing crazy.
That's fair.
Just
That's
think.
fair.
I think Mahomes winning the MVP. I said that last show.
Yeah, you
I think
did.
they're gonna have a good year. I ran through the schedule today. I was like, 13-4. That's the record. Texans. I think I have them around 13-4, 12-5 at number two in the AFC. They're gonna eat. That division is going to be a gauntlet. I think most of their losses are probably going to come within the division, like splitting with the Colts or splitting with the Jags, maybe the
Yeah.
Titans. But they'll get a lot of good wins outside of the division. But yeah, so they're at two. Number three, I have the AFC North champions, the Baltimore Ravens. Nothing crazy. We already know. I just
Mm.
like what they did last year. They're building on top of that. And it's, they lost Patrick Queen, but guess what? You get Derrick Henry. So you win some, you lose some. They'll be right back. But let's just keep going here. Number four, out of the AFC North. Nope, just kidding. AFC East. My bad. That is the Miami Dolphins. Same as I
That's
believe
fair. Yeah.
Cody. Um, Seth, did you have the Jets winning that division? Is that what you had?
No, I had the Dolphins.
You did have the Dolphins
Yeah,
winning
I
that
had the
division. Okay,
Dolphins.
so we're all on the same page. Dolphins are winning
Yeah.
the AFC
Yeah.
East. Okay,
We got the
so
Dolphins, the
then
Chiefs, and Houston, I believe,
we're
are
all
the
kind of
buns.
on the same page on that at least. And me and Cody have the ring, and then
Yeah.
y'all Steelers.
Yeah. Y'all are
Yeah,
buns.
so
Anyway,
AFC wild card picture. Starting at number five, I do have the Cincinnati Bengals.
fair.
Okay.
Fair.
I just think they're going to bounce back. I don't love the defense, but I think they have enough pieces to get it done. And I just think sometimes, man, we get a guy like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins running it back, Mike Gesicki. I do like Joe Burrow playing a good bit of the games this year. I don't think he's going to miss as much, but they should be good. At least a wild card team. This is where it gets a little interesting. Very interesting.
I better
Seth
hear
was hate.
something.
Seth was hating on this team. At number six,
Oh no.
I have the Cleveland Browns.
Dude, what are you
Yeah.
doing? Are you
They
kidding
made
me?
they made the playoffs with Joe Flacco,
Yep.
and then they added Jerry Judy to help out Amari Cooper, Elijah Moore, and
We made
Joku.
we made the
They
playoffs
have
with
one of the
Kenny
best.
Pickett.
They're one of the best O lines. They have Miles Garrett. They also have one of the best defensive back rooms in the league with Denzel Ward and other guys that have been balling. They
Somebody
are
save me
a
from this call, man. These guys
they
do
are
not
a
know ball.
sleeping. They're a sleeping giant. Whenever until what's his name Watson wakes up from his slumber. But they're number six, brother. And to round it out in the AFC wild card, number seven, the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
The Indianapolis Colts are going to be the last team to sneak in the AFC South, I believe, at 10-7 or 11-6. And I do see them having a great year. Anthony Richardson, you know,
What you mean?
dude,
What you mean?
how that just cut to you was so funny, by the way. But
Oh
no, Jonathan
man.
Taylor, Anthony Richardson, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman, and Adonai Mitchell, plus the line
Dang.
solid.
Yeah, I guess I did kind of forget about that team.
I was just trying to give them their credit, man. Like I just really think they're a good team. They almost made it last year. They were one game
Yeah.
away. If they beat the Texans, they would have made it, but they didn't. And they had Minshew last year in that whole ordeal. So they got better on offense. They added another wide receiver. They have AR. So that's what I'm saying. They're the seven. I'm sorry, Seth, but I am not gonna lie. The Steelers' schedule is so crazy at the end. It's just so crazy, and I just can't see them make. If they were in the NFC, sure, you could be in the NFC playoff, but you're not. So that's the AFC. I'm
Say
sorry to
what you want
yap.
to say, man.
That's just
When
how
our
I feel right
defense when our
now.
defense wins us half of those games, don't be crawling back to me saying I should have put them in there.
No, I'm just gonna say, man, that's unfortunate. They won one extra game that I thought they weren't. Because guess what? That's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be like, oh, the Steelers are 9-8. If they would have just won one other game, been 10-7, they could have made it. But nah,
No, I don't think that's what's gonna happen.
that's what's gonna happen. It's just gonna be one game where
I
Justin
think
Fields had to play.
we're gonna have 13 wins.
Well, that's insane, by the way.
And it's starting off strong in a week one victory against the Falcons. and
No,
we
No.
no,
gonna
no,
be
no, no,
there to
no,
witness it.
no, no, no. We're gonna be
And
there
then
to
I'm gonna
witness
be
history on
smoking on
Kirk
that
Cousins.
Falcons pack again.
No, we can't let that happen.
I
All
need
right,
it.
let's go to the NFC real quick. Number one, I'm not gonna. Honestly, this is so chalk. It's 49ers. I just think that they're so good, and I just look at the schedules slightly. I think they're a little bit better than the Eagles, who I have at number two. I do think the Eagles win that NFC East, and then right at three, I have the Detroit Lions. I thought for a little bit maybe the Packers could win that division. Maybe the Bears can make some noise, but I just think Lions are actually getting better. Like in the draft, on Arnold. They are still developing Jameer Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Brian Branch on defense. They have a lot of good talent. So yeah,
Mhm.
they're winning that division. Then I have four, the Atlanta Falcons. I just think, like y'all said, they're going to be able to win that pretty easily, just because you know they added weapons too, and the Kirk Cousins. So I mean, this is not really hard to do. It's the NFC South. You haven't won that division since like 2016, bro.
Yep.
Just win it, please. That's all we're asking, Atlanta. And number five to start off the wild card, I have the Green Bay Packers. They were there last year, but they were, I think, the last team to make the NFC playoffs. But this year they're a little bit better. I think Josh Jacobs will get them over the hump early on, and they'll win some more games than they didn't last year. They really started strong, or started bad last year and finished strong. They were 9-8, snuck in, went to the playoffs and made some noise. But sadly, they did not make the NFC Championship, but maybe they make it this year. Who knows? Now, number six, I have the Los Angeles Rams. Puka Nakua is here to stay. Cooper Cup, hopefully healthy. And then I got Matthew Stafford in Dynasty, so I would love to see him have a good year again. Kyron Williams, deep in thoughts, Aaron Donald, but I don't really care, honestly. And in the NFC, I feel like you can get away with having a mediocre defense as long as Matt Stafford's healthy. And then the last team, also, just like the Colts, it's a little crazy. It's a young quarterback with a lot of weapons, and that would be the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm kind of mad I didn't put them in there
So
over the
they're
Bucks.
that's my
Like I
playoff
would
right
definitely
now.
put I would have definitely put the Bears in there over the Bucks.
Right. I thought about that. I was like, Bears or Bucks?
Yeah.
Give me the Bears. Give me
Yeah.
the Bears.
For sure.
hmm
Mhm.
So yeah, that's the NFL playoff picture that we got. Hopefully, a lot of us are right, or I mean, at least me and Cody. I'm not Seth.
Yeah.
um,
All right, guys. I'm signing out.
See you, man. So we're gonna jump Cody right into college football, our
Bread and
favorite, our
butter.
beloved,
Bread and butter for
and
these
we
guys.
we love we love NBA, we love NFL, but we just grew up on that college football. And so, just like the NFL, we're gonna give you guys a little bit of our, I guess, champions and stuff like that. So, Seth, you can feel free to chime in as well, no doubt about it. But
I
Cody, brother, start us off, man.
I will say this. I helped Seth pick his team, so I'm gonna let Seth go first with this one.
Okay, Seth, go first. I like that.
Yeah, okay. All right. Um I
By
got
the
in
way,
the
everybody, we're
SEC
doing Power Five conference champions, but we're not making the Pac-12 a thing because they're not anymore. So
for SEC, I got Auburn. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I was about to say, bro. Okay, we're a
I
legitimate
got
show here,
yeah,
folks.
yeah, we're legitimate here, guys. For the SEC, I got Ole Miss.
Wow.
I weighed my options here, and I said, let me get a little sneaker. Let me get a little
Okay.
sneaker in
I
there,
don't hate it, but
because I mean, I did say Alabama, but I was like, I know these two guys are gonna say Alabama, so
yeah,
I was like,
he wants to. I get it.
let me do a little
Right.
my sneak pick.
I
No,
like
oh,
that.
so good.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, and then in the Big Ten, I got the Ohio State University. I've always
So the
liked Ohio
Buckeyes.
State. Yeah.
The
Okay.
Buckeyes.
I
Uh,
mean, not a crazy pick at all
Not a
there.
crazy pick. It was between them or Michigan, honestly.
Yeah.
It was one of the two. And then my Big 12 I have Utah.
Yeah.
No.
Another little sneaky.
I
Another
like
little
that.
sneaky pick. And then in the ACC I got Florida State.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
That one was a little bit difficult to pick there. I just kind of went
hmm
with one. But I believe in them. Not as a Florida resident or anything, but
Yeah.
I believe in their high-powered offense there. What, guys? What's so funny?
No,
Let me hear
no,
y'all's.
that's
Let me hear
great
y'all's, man.
analysis. Was that it? Was
Thanks.
that the last one, or you got Big 12, right? No, you did Big
Yeah,
12.
I
You
did
had
Big 12. It was
Utah.
Utah.
You
I
did
did
it all.
Ole
Good job, sir.
Miss, Ohio State, Utah, Florida State.
Okay, you're right. You
Two
did. Great
states.
job, brother. Great
Two
Thanks,
job
states.
for
guys.
kicking us off, man.
Thanks, guys.
Cody, you want to
Yeah,
go for
of
Oh
course.
man.
it?
ACC champions will be
Also,
the.
Cody, you want to spice it up and do who's gonna like be in the game, like who are they playing and who are they beating?
We can.
All right, go for it. That's off the top of your head. Just think like, okay, this is the other team I thought was maybe gonna win it, but they lose.
I'm trying to think. Well, I got Florida State, but
Okay.
who would they be playing? Who would they be playing? They got, I mean, Miami's in there, right?
Yeah.
My
Dangerous. Clemson.
Clemson, NC State.
Yeah.
I think it'll be. You know what? I'll go with Miami. I'll go. They meet
Yeah.
Miami, and Florida State ends up it being a wild game. It probably a shootout. Probably like I would say they win by a field goal. Like I don't know what it'd be. I just know it'd be a crazy game them two because that's that. But that was a big rivalry back in the day, and it
It
still
was.
is rivalry.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool to see, especially in the championship. But give me Florida State on that.
Okay.
And on Big 12, I got Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
Mm.
Oklahoma State. Uh,
Who are they gonna be in the championship?
let's
Utah.
either
Utah?
state. That's a toss up for me. Either Utah or Kansas. I'll go with Utah. But I think
Okay.
Ollie he's the best back
Wait.
and
Ollie
college.
Gordon. Do we see the news? Did you see the news?
I have not seen the news.
Oh boy. Ollie Gordon got arrested.
Oh,
Ollie Gordon, if somebody wants to look it up because I don't have it in front of me, did get arrested. I don't want to say what he got arrested for wrong, but they did find some alcohol open in his car. I don't know if he just was speeding at first, but I think he got like charged with possession of like, I don't know something, and then maybe it was DUI. I can't remember, but he got arrested, man. So they're making jokes about like, oh, Kirby Smart's on the phone to get him to Georgia, and but Ollie Gordon's great, and I love him, and I think he's good. But it's just sad that that happened, and I just wanted to let you know, brother. Just hopefully that mess your pick up at all.
Released
oh,
on bond after DUI arrest.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
he's still gonna play.
Yeah, but he's gonna
Yeah,
be probably in the doghouse a little bit.
Yeah, but I
a
think
Anyway,
little bit.
I think they'll still be fine, even if he's got to like maybe sit a game or two, or
yeah,
something.
they'll be all right.
Maybe sit like half a game or
Yeah,
something.
that's
Some
that's crazy. He's one of the best players in the country.
he ain't gonna sit long. I'll tell you that.
No, he got 2,000 yards to get.
Exactly, and I think he's gonna be close to getting it again.
Hmm.
And that I think that team, they got a really good quarterback. I think he kind of struggled a little bit last year, but I think what's his name, Bowman. I'm pretty sure,
Yeah, yep,
but I think he'll definitely take another step forward and just kind of take the pressure off of Ali from rushing so much, be able to make those passes that he needs to make downfield. The
yeah.
big time, especially the play action pass will be a part of that team for sure. So I got Oklahoma State, and I would say they'd be Utah in the Big 12 championship. Surprise upset, I would say, because Utah's the favorite right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then moving on, Big 10, I got the Oregon Ducks beating Ohio
Quack.
State,
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
No.
beating them twice in season and in the Big 10 championship, calling in that.
Dang. Okay.
Okay.
Look
I like
crazy.
Hayden knows I've
I know. Yeah, I'm with you.
heard me talk about. I'm so high on Oregon this year. Like they could, I got a feeling that they really could. They're gonna be in the playoffs, but I think they could really push for that natty this year. Like they got a really good opportunity right now.
Yeah.
May and definitely in a harder conference. But if you can, if you can hang on, then
Oh
Oregon's
yeah.
gonna be so good. They're going to be so explosive. It really just ends up on their defense and how they play.
Yeah.
Are gonna allow 40 something points, but also score 50 points? Or are they gonna score 50 points and only allow like 20 something?
Yeah.
That's true.
That plays into a big factor. And moving on, SEC, we all know who it is. It's in the background. I'm in Brian Denny. I'm on the microphone. It's the Alabama Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
We're
buddy.
going undefeated, winning the SEC, winning the Natty. I mean,
It's all
so
the only three things we need.
I got a course out on how to win a Natty, and that I just explained it right there.
Just simple. Go
Simple.
undefeated.
Step
That's
3.
it.
Step 3, hoist the trophy, the Natty, up in the air.
Oh man, who's Bama going to be in the SEC championship?
Auburn.
You know what?
Because it's now there's no
Uh,
East and West. It's now just straight up 1 and 2 to
One
make
and two.
it.
You know who I think it's going to be? I think it's going to be the Texas Longhorns,
I could see that, brother. I could
and I think
definitely see that.
a freaking classic, dude.
Oh, in Atlanta, man, Texas first year in the SEC gets their
I would be.
hearts broken. Yeah, yeah. I can't. We got to go to that. We got to go to that.
that'd be crazy.
We got
Bama
to go
gonna
to
dreams.
that. What is that? The last one, or did you
That,
have? Oh, the last one. Okay. I like that, brother. I like that a lot. Made me think a little bit more about mine, but mine's a little different. I'll start off with the different stuff.
let's
I think I
go.
want to go. I want to start with the Big 12. I can't deny it. We mentioned it since we started this whole show a couple months ago or whatever. I love Utah. I love
Yeah,
Cam Rising. I love the Utah coach. I love they play good defense. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say I know too much about the roster. I just have so much faith in Cam Rising being a 6 year quarterback and
hmm
that coach. And I just think something is telling me, man, they're gonna be a sneaky, championship contender team for the
no,
whole thing.
for sure.
And I got them beating you know what? I'm going to say I got them beating Oklahoma State for the Big 12. Kansas State's
Mm.
going to be good too, but I do think Oklahoma State's going to be pretty nice. So I can't discredit them. That's a fun division or fun conference. UCF's in there now. It's a
It's one
lot
of
of competitive teams.
that
TCU,
conference
right?
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. West Virginia, UC. Is it UCF? Yeah,
Texas,
UCF.
Texas Tech, Oklahoma State,
Kansas.
um, Kansas State, Arizona, right? Are they in there?
Yeah, they're in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what we're it's a fun time to watch college football. All these changes are going to be interesting.
Popped up right there. So you're gonna pick in the Big 12, like because I went back and
Yeah,
forth as well.
yeah. And then the next thing that I think is different, um, man, it's crazy. In the ACC, I've just been feeling like Clemson's going to win for some reason. I don't know why. It's not like I love Dabo right now, what they're doing. They're not getting any guys in the portal. They're sticking to their roots and recruiting. Klubnik's iffy. I don't really know why. I think it's more of I don't love Florida State and DJ Uyagale, and I don't love, even though they're surrounded by talent, I just don't love his experience or what he's done. I think he's kind of weak as far as like that championship pedigree. I think
Mm.
Klubnik could get it done, and then I do want to say it's hard for me not to put Miami, but I'm going to say they lose to Clemson. And Cam Ward has a great year, but this the same thing. It's like I need to see them do it first before I kind of crown them as a champion. I know Clemson has that pedigree, and they still got one more in them, I think, before maybe the wheels fall off eventually. But Clemson over Miami so far, and Utah over Oklahoma State in the Big 12. And then let's jump right in. I got the Big Ten champions, Oregon. This is very
Yeah.
hard because I do think it's crazy their first year too. They win it all, but I do think they're talented enough to do it. Oregon beats Ohio State. Just a great matchup, like Cody said. Second time in the year. I do think they probably could lose to Ohio State and then turn around and beat them, type of thing. But we'll see how that goes. But they're going to be solid with Dylan Gabriel, and I think Dan Lanning has that defense, in the right, trajectory. So they'll be really, really good no matter what, if they win it or not.
No
So
matter.
the last thing we don't even have to talk it up. It's Bama. I think it's not like it's like I want everybody to know though. I want everybody to know. It's first of all, it's not like it's easy and they're just cakewalking because this is the hardest it will ever be The reason is because I actually do believe in Kalen DeBoer and the offensive staff to really carry the season. I think that this team is getting so underrated, but the defense will have its work to do. I don't think they're going to go undefeated. Cody already knows that I've been real. I've been saying they're going to probably lose one game. Maybe they slip and lose two. In this scenario, I do think they go 11-1, probably lose to Georgia or possibly Tennessee, one
Yep.
of those. And then I could see them just winning the rest of those games, making it to the SEC championship. And I'm going to be honest, I got Texas in there too, Cody. I think Alabama and Texas are on a collision course to me, just because Georgia's got such a crazy schedule. I do think they're a little overhyped in a way, just because the Carson Beck thing. Yeah, I get it, and I understand it. He's a good quarterback, but I still need to see a little bit. Just not fully sold on the way Georgia has played. Like really good teams on the road. Like I'm not gonna lie, I just have like I literally cannot tell you like Missouri, they struggled multiple times on the road. There's been times in
Auburn.
Kentucky. There's been Tennessee in the past, Auburn in the past, right? Alabama, they've lost in Bryant Denny. So I mean, I'm not writing Georgia off at all. It's just more
No.
of a this year is at Ole Miss, at Bama early on, at Kentucky, who's not a joke. You still got to play Auburn. You still got to play Tennessee. Like you got to lock in, and it's the first time you're ever in Texas. I think Texas. Am I right about that? No, is it Ole Miss and Alabama? That's probably what
Yeah.
it is. I'm getting a little confused. I know Texas has a gauntlet too, but the one thing about Texas, one of their crazy games is Michigan, so it's not like it hurts the SEC record.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I.
That that game's gonna be wild.
Which one? The Michigan Texas?
Michigan, yeah, that game is gonna be absolutely insane.
Yeah, let me just double check here. I'm almost positive Georgia plays Ole Miss, Alabama, Tennessee. Trying to think any other random teams. Clemson week one is the
I
big
was just
deal.
Clemson week one.
That we'll get a good feel for those teams to go at Kentucky, at Alabama, Auburn at home. Oh, brother, they do go to Texas, October 19th. See, this is where we think Texas takes over because
Yep.
this we started this conversation months ago. We thought Georgia could lose two games to at Ole Miss and at Texas or at Alabama. They could lose three. You never know.
Never
That is
know.
true.
This is the year that you literally could say Georgia might be a top five team, but could still wind up with three losses just because of how hard that schedule is.
Yep.
Tennessee's on there still. Florida's not a slouch. Auburn's not a slouch. At Kentucky, not a slouch. Clemson, Alabama, Texas, Ole Miss. There is no way you're telling me Georgia runs the table, wins it all. If they do, I promise to everything that I love, I will say I am wrong about the Georgia Bulldogs, and they're one of the best teams ever if they run through the schedule.
Yeah. Most definitely.
If
Yeah.
if the teams are healthy and everything, and not like it's like they beat Alabama without Jalen Milrow, or they beat Texas without Quinn Ewers or
It,
Isaiah
and
Bond, and who you know what I'm saying. It has to be legit, like they beat everybody how they were supposed to beat them.
exactly. I would say the
But I don't
same.
think they will. I think they go 10-2.
I do too.
Anyways, that is that for college football, guys. We're gonna just wrap up this episode by doing a quick game. I don't want to take too much of everybody's time, but let's just kind of jump in. Let's just fire these off. Doesn't have to be like
Yep.
a lot of
Hey,
thought behind these.
say it down in the comments what y'all think.
Yes. Yes. Let us know in
Down
the
in the
comments if
comments.
we're crazy wrong, if we should be watching these teams and these players. So just let us know.
For
Good
sure.
call, Seth. So let's start it off. I'm just going to ask you guys, and then I'll answer it as well. Let's do Would You Rather here. This is Fantasy Football Edition, okay? This is regular season fantasy football that's coming up, PPR, all that. No
All right.
dynasty
All right.
factors
All right.
involved.
Let's
Would
start.
you rather?
I'll start, and then Cody will do the next one, and then you do the third one, and then I'll go back to fourth. So we all
Okay.
get.
Garrett Wilson or Puka Nakua? Who would you rather have in fantasy this year?
Ooh, um, uh, I'm taking Garrett Wilson if Aaron Rodgers is healthy. I'm taking GW.
Okay, Garrett Wilson on the board with a point. Cody, so you want Cody to answer this, or are you saying no? Just
Yeah,
go to the
yeah, yeah,
next
yeah,
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Cody,
Cody,
Garrett
we all
Wilson or
do it.
Puka?
I'm going Garrett Wilson as well. Number one wide receiver on the Jets team. Healthy AA Ron. Give me that all day.
Gotcha. Cody does have Aaron Rodgers, or no, does have, I'm sorry, Garrett Wilson on the Dynasty team. And I just want to segue into what I'm about to say. I have Puka Nakua because I have Matthew Stafford on
Oh
my team.
no.
So, that's that, and I just think Puka's a dog. But that's gonna be close. That's why I put those together. Now we got C.J. Stroud or Jordan Love for fantasy this year.
All right, Cody, you go first now.
I
DJ
know,
Stroud.
Seth. It's
I
okay. I the
I
reason
got
why I did them together, by the way, is because they both came off of a great year. They're both young, and then Cody, I figured would have something to say because he does have Jordan.
yeah. If you're if you got the option to pick either of these two, you better go CJ
Yeah,
Stroud. But
100%.
Yeah,
Love is going to be a good quarterback, but CJ Stroud could possibly be one of the top three quarterbacks this year. You
Yeah,
need that
yeah.
on
you
the
do
to
need
win.
that. Yeah.
And I believe I put this also because Mike Tannenbaum, who used to be a GM, was on ESPN, and he was doing a whole thing last week saying, if it wasn't Patrick Mahomes, I'd start my franchise with Jordan Love. And they were like, no CJ
Uh,
Stroud. It was like, Ryan Clark from the Steelers that's on
yeah,
there. He was like, it's got to be CJ. And
that's a
Stephen A
hot
was like, it's
take
got to be
there.
CJ.
It gotta be
Yeah,
CJ.
I would say CJ Stroud as well. So that's that. Next is the running backs. Okay, Brees Hall or Bijan Robinson.
That's you, Hayden.
I'm gonna be real. I do think this is insanely close. I
Yeah, it
do think it
is.
is.
It is.
Brees is an insane player. Now, don't know if this will happen, but I'm gonna be honest. The injuries scare me a little bit, so I'm gonna go Bijan.
Yep. I'm slamming Bijan too. If you got the option, you're taking that workhorse of a running back
Yep,
who's on his second year. He's about to go crazy.
I
Yeah.
I
like that.
feel it.
I got him
Cody.
in the so I'm
Yep.
hammer. Oh, boy.
Bijan, our boy.
Bijan. You
You're
gotta
my
Uh,
get Bijan.
you're my boy, Bijan. What else we got here, guys? We have. Hmm, Oh, okay. Here we go. Dalton Kincaid or Kyle Pitts.
I'm taking Kyle Pitts. Give me Kyle
oh,
Pitts with Kirk Cousins as my quarterback. But I mean,
Okay.
low key though, I could see a Dalton Kincaid because it's like the Bills' only option.
Right.
But I
Right. That's why I
mean,
put him. That's why I put him up there with
but
Kyle.
Kyle Pitts is just hammy if he can get the ball.
Yeah, okay, and that's
If
what
they
Kirk
give him
does,
a
man.
chance.
hmm
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going Kyle Pitts. That's easy. That's money.
Money, money. Okay. You know what? Give me,
I know you want to go Kyle, but Dalton's low key. Like, it's hard not
give
to go
me,
Dalton.
give me Kyle Pitts, but so close, like so
So close.
close.
Yes, bro. Like a
Like Kincaid's gonna be
millimeter.
thinking. Kincaid's gonna be thinking, I need to be paid like a wide receiver after this
Yeah.
year because that's how
Yeah.
many like targets and opportunities he's gonna
Yeah.
have.
I definitely could see
But
that.
and he's built
100%.
like I've also paired them together because they're both the tight ends that are young that are compared to wide receivers more than tight ends. Like they're
Yeah.
pass catchers. Like out of Utah, Dalton Kincaid was a elite pass catcher, not a
It was
blocker and all that.
I agree.
So yeah. Then okay? The Joe Mixon or Jonathan Taylor is our next. Would you rather?
Joe Mixon or Jonathan
I'm
Taylor?
going Jonathan Taylor on this one.
Okay. Why is
Def
that?
He's had the higher upside, I would say. In
Yeah.
my I
Yeah,
mean,
no, I agree.
he's the injuries have you could say the same about Joe Mixon. So
Joe Mixon does finish in the top 10 almost every year that he's helped. Top five
exactly.
even.
But I don't think he's ever finished first, like have the ceiling that JT has.
Yeah,
So
it's just because it's like it's been 2 years now that it happened, and he's been hurt. It just makes me feel like the Joe Mixon thing is closer than people think.
no, for sure it is.
Um, I probably would go Jonathan Taylor too, just because the offensive scheme is a little bit more run centric in that Shane Steichen offense with the Colts, rather than being in the I think it's Kubiak is the OC for. No, it's not Kubiak. What am I thinking? It's one of the guys that was Bobby Slowik or whatever. He's the
Yeah.
guy that's the OC that's on another level right now for the Texans. They throw the ball, is what I'm trying to say. So Joe Mixon will be good in fantasy, but I don't know if he can do what Jonathan Taylor's going to do.
Yeah, I agree there, Jonathan Taylor for sure.
Okay.
Not even as a
Um,
biased Steelers fan, but
yeah, I get you. He's not even on there
he's
anymore, man.
not anymore, so I can take
We
him out a little
have
bit.
three more would you rather's. The next is going to be quarterbacks here. Okay. So earlier we did the wide receiver version of this. So let's see if this is conflicting. Aaron
Wow.
Rodgers or Matthew Stafford.
Wow. I'm taking A-Rod. Give me A-Rod all day over Matthew
Yeah,
Stafford, bro.
I'm on
I
A-Ron.
mean,
Okay.
yeah. No, it's not. It's really not even
Give me, give
close in
me,
my
give me
eyes.
Matthew Stafford in my eyes. That's what I
I
No,
like
mean,
to
yeah,
say.
I guess. All right. We do have
Give me
different
Matthew
eyes.
Stafford. Give me
give me
Matthew Stafford.
Raji.
We know Cody
Okay.
loves Rodgers.
We got Jamar Chase or Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who would you rather have this year?
Amon-Ra.
Amon
Give me
Ross.
Amon-Ra
That's
all
supposed to do some
day.
diabolic thing.
Saint Brown.
Is that what we're going
Saint
with Amon-Ra?
Brown.
Yep.
All right.
Taking
I
Amon-Ra all
will
day.
go. You know what, man? Let me get Jamar Chase this year
I mean, not a
over
Okay.
bad, not
Amon-Ra.
not not a bad pick.
Let me just say I only think it's going to be because Jameson Williams might take away some catches from Amon-Ra this year. That's the only reason why.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's my thought. And then Jameer Gibbs out the backfield, I think should get more catches. So the last one here, tight ends. We got a young and we got a vet. Rookie almost, but not anymore, but a vet. Sam Laporta or Travis Kelsey?
Oh, we're talking about just fantasy, no
Just this
dynasty.
year, just fantasy football.
Just
Number
this
Oh
one
year.
tight
man,
end,
yeah, you
Kelsey.
rookie
got
last year, Sam Laporta.
you got to give me a Travis Kelsey.
Yeah.
As
I
much
Ooh,
as
mean,
I want to go
really?
Sam Laporta, man, like I
no.
mean, there's a lot of mouths to feed on that Lions offense. I feel like
Tight end
Yep.
one last year.
tight end one, yeah, he was definitely that. Oh man, I feel like this one is like neck and
I'm
This,
going
neck.
Kelsey. I'm
Like
going.
give me, give
I'm
me
taking
Sam Laporta.
I'm taking Sam Laporta over Mark Andrews for
Yeah, but
sure,
not Travis.
but not Travis. I don't think.
Yeah, I would say
Okay,
this.
okay.
I don't think I
Well,
could do
that's
it.
that's really it, man. I just wanted to play that little game real quick, just to
I
kind of get
like
some
that.
fantasy takes
Oh,
off.
Yeah.
We'll do more
Like
of
I said,
those.
drop it in the comments what y'all think.
Yes,
What
sir.
y'all
Let
think
us know
on those
because
options. I'm
give us some
curious as
other,
well.
yeah, give us some other comps or like players that y'all want us
Yeah.
to react to or pick between. And we appreciate everybody once again. This was obviously a little long of an episode. I'm not sure exactly, but we were just
Yeah.
kind of trying to get a lot of these predictions in before the
for sure.
season start.
Yes,
But we'll
sir.
next week little outlook on that. Let's continue to dive into any offseason news that we get in the next week on NBA or NFL or
Yep.
whatever college football. But one other thing, we have 2 weeks until NCAA or college football 25 comes out. It's the name now.
Don't be
So
That's
surprised if we don't do a podcast that week.
just,
We're gonna
just
be
it might
locked.
be a quick 30 minutes, and it's just us telling everybody about our dynasty
About
or our
yeah.
big
a
lower.
dynasty.
Yeah,
That's all it
yeah.
is.
Well, AirPods dying, so I just want to go ahead and get this in. Thank you guys for
Thank
joining.
you
As
guys. Yes,
always,
sir.
I am Hayden Haynes. This is Seth Killen, and that
Yo.
guy is Cody Hart.
Yeah.
And we appreciate everybody. And once again, thank you. And we will be posting this show every Wednesday. YouTube, Instagram clips, social media. Follow us at Muff Sports on TikTok, the whole nine
Bingo.
yards. And we appreciate everybody. Hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. And happy 4th of July. Don't forget
Happy
that.
4th
Be
of
safe.
July, guys.
Yes,
Thank y'all for
sir. See y'all
Drive
boys soon.
safe. Don't drink and
Yes, sir.
drive.
Be safe, guys.
Yep.
today.